Howson.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Hazard. Tries to play it through.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's made its way to him. And that is expertly dealt with. And it's been hooked away. Lewandowski, and he's in on goal. Lookman, Pedri, Tchouaméni.
Madrid definitely like their pressing from the front.
It's relentless at times, Jim, isn't it? High energy, high intensity.
Standard practice nowadays, Peter. Make sure you don't give your opponents any time to think on the ball.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Look at the space here. It's Griezmann! Quite brilliant from Griezmann! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. You felt it was coming. 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Pedri. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Now, he's got space here. Griezmann has the space to scheme. And he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Vinicius Junior. And it's Bellingham. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Lookman. Pedri. And he goes cross-field. Mbappe. And this is Lewandowski. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Lewandowski.
Diamante can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Hazard. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. That's put pay to the danger. Eder Militao, great vision. He's found space here. Referee has taken his time, but it is going to be another corner.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 11 Hazard lascia il campo per il numero 15.
Towering header! Oh, he's hit the bar! Alexander-Arnold getting this one clear. And he's managed to get free. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Can he get it through? Tchouaméni. Gavi. Pedri. That's a good ball out wide. He's found a way through. No, he just refused to budge, and he's got his way.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And that signals the end of the first period. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game as well as intent, but I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
So it has been pretty frantic here, everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 19. Viene sostituito con
Here is the first touch of the second half.
Piemonte definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Alexander-Arnold with the delivery. Christensen attempts a clearance. Mbappe threads one in, and that has been cleared. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Griezmann. And it's Gavi. Over to the right flank. Tchouaméni. That has been slung wide. Mbappe moves wide and looking to get onto this. That's very neat. He's in a great position here. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Howson clears without hesitation. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mbappe! Oh, that's a clever looking ball. This looks promising. Oh, that wasn't far away.
Oh, that's a cracking try. Good technique to keep it low too.
Mendy. Still just a single goal between the sides. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Now there's a fight. Brahim Diaz! That is decidedly lacking. Tchouaméni. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got.
Takes a shot! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 7.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Yeah, I think he's been told to play that role of the tactical pivot, spraying the ball about sometimes, driving it forward from the middle of the park.
And it's Gavi. Looking to play him in. Valverde. Now it's Gavi. And that's played in low. Alexander-Arnold. Brahim Diaz.
Oh, really well played.
Not the most accurate pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Oyarzabal. Bellingham. Brahim Diaz.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Madrid choosing to make the first change.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Oh no, he's got that wrong. Just about up to 75 minutes.
Piemonte have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Shifted it to the flank. Space for him to turn and look. In towards the back stick. That's a decent clearance.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 10.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Gavi receives it in a good position here. And a chance!
Numero 13.
It's off target and by quite a way. Alexander-Arnold. Knocks it into space. Brahim Diaz gets a cross in. Deftly away. 1-0 as we head towards the end. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo finds himself offside. So a bit of a revolving door here. Lots and lots of changes.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
And here's Vinicius Junior. The message is clear, none shall pass.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Valverde. Gavi. Drive. Dani Olmo! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Eder Militao, Tchouaméni looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Valverde. Good ball. Can he finish? And he can thump it away. Aims beyond the defence. That's at the end. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Berghuis makes the starting 11. Talk to me, Jim. What can we expect from him?
Well, I've seen him leave more than one defender on his backside with his quick thinking and his nimble feet. So I expect the opposition will be very wary of how to deal with him. It's that turn of pace from standing to full speed that makes him so dangerous. And it's almost impossible to deal with.
I'm thinking the same. Lookman! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Mbappe. It's Pedri. Mbappe. Berghuis. He's a shot. And the finish! He's having a hit!
Diamante definitely are on top of things in these early stages, Peter. If this is how they intend to go on, I think the opposition might see some trouble.
Now it's Berghuis. Chance! He scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Carlos Soler. This is a promising build-up. Lookman makes the interception. Quality ball. Now it's Griezmann. That's really nicely played. That's the keeper's ball.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Kubo. Lovely feet. Can he get it through? Kubo gets flagged offside. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And it's Kubo. Tries to pass it through. Nice control. Kubo. No way through, so back it comes. Carlos Soler. Balls over the line, and it is a corner. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now this could be a chance. And this is Griezmann. Oh, nicely intercepted. Kubo. Barrenechea. In early.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Lewandowski. Ramiro claims comfortably. Aramburu. And it's Kubo. 30 minutes gone. That has ended up in no man's land. Berghaus. And he's been shifted off it. Opts for safety. Carlos Soler. And Kubo. And it's Turientes. Now Griezmann. Tchouaméni. Eder Militao. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better.
Diamonte really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
And it's Griezmann. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Aramburu. Carlos Soler. Tchouaméni.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And it's Soler. Turientes. It's Carlos Soler. Barrenechea. And Martin. And it's Turientes. Carlos Soler. And here's Oyarzabal. He's got plenty of space out wide here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Mbappe. Now it's Berghaus. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And it's made its way to him. And it's played in. And that has been cleared. And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. So your views on the first half?
Well, I'm a little bit worried for them and the way they've looked in transitions, Peter. They've been a bit exposed, so they might be only one down, but they can't afford to have any more sloppy moments. Concede another and we know it's an awful long way back.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. Down to business again.
Diamante definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Ramiro can clear it away. And it's Pedri. And the shot! Well taken goal. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Pedri. Great vision. Berghaus has it out wide and in space. He's having a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Kubo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he shoots! It's in! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! Unstoppable. Just how do they contain him?
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
So could they be onto something here? Lookman is onto it in a flash. That's a throw. Turns back here, probably the best option. Barrenechea. Carlos Soler. Chaleta Shah. Sergio Gomez. Berghaus. Lewandowski is being harried and hassled.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Aramburu. And Kubo. And it's Trientes. Oscarson strokes it back. And it's Kubo. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Now it's Berghaus. Lookman. Now, can they get him away? Berghaus finds himself offside. Martin. Now Sergio Gomez. Mikel Oyarzabal. He's in a great position here. And he's quick to snatch it back. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Lookman. That's really well manoeuvred. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And the counter is on. He's got away. That's good play. That is good strength. Now the delivery. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Mikel Oyarzabal. And it's Gomez. Oh, he's having a go! But he's left disappointed.
Well, distance never seems to be an issue for some players, and he's certainly one of those. The opening was there, I guess. Worth a try.
Sergio Gomez. And Turrientes. Jimenez calmly anticipates. Now it's Lewandowski. Lookman. Berghaus. Here's Tchouaméni. Mikel Oyarzabal. And here's Lewandowski. Barrenechea does have his name on the score sheet, of course. That looks a cracking ball. He's found some space. Played in by Lookman. Aramburu gets it away. Carlos Soler. And it's Kubo. Here's Oyarzabal. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Just for talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 9, el dorsal 7, el dorsal 14. Serán
The final 5 minutes.
El dorsal 19.
And it's Turrientes. Oh, good spread. Now it's Zakarian. Turrientes cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Aramburu. Zakarian. Now it's Carlos Soler. Karika Baru.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
He's on it. Can he get away? Delicate ball, and it needs to Karika Baru. A real chance and a real let-off. Eder Militao. And that is as far as it goes. And so they have the outcome they desire. A dose of reality and quality, absolute togetherness, and the job is done. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be...
Decent chance! Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Engages and forces him off the ball. Walker. That'll be a throw-in. And it's Messi. He's shifting through the gears here. Lee Kang-in charging forward, the ball at his feet. Mbappe.
Well, Peter, there's goalkeepers, and there are great goalkeepers, and then there's Oliver Kahn. He's in a league of his own.
While he is a goalkeeping icon, isn't he? The man famously known as King Khan by some. He's belligerent, he's brazen, but he's utterly brilliant.
And never in a mood to accept failure. There's that body language he's always talking about. No wonder he instills both respect and fear in opponents.
Now it's Haaland. Fabian Ruiz. Now it's Dembele. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Plays it through. That has not gone well. Plenty to aim at here. Shot at goal! Goal! And that is a genuine ground-eat-me-up moment.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Doué has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Paris Saint-Germain are one down despite having the better chances here. Hakimi. And it's Hakimi. Lee Kang-in. Opts to... Real chance! And he's stuck it away. That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Paris Saint-Germain restore parity.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop, just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Now it's Haaland. Tries to pass it through. And that is well cleared. Out for a throw. Rodri, and it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Head over towards the opposite flank.
Good switch, that.
He's a sharp little ball here, and he's managed to get free. Here comes the cross. Has another go! I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Oh, there's a probing ball. He's having a hit! Too close for comfort. That's a lovely pass. Corner given.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And the shot! Goal! And they've got their lead back. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? It'll be a throw-in.
Se agregarán 3 minutos
Back to the
al tiempo
keeper.
reglamentario.
Rudiger. It's Camavinga. Referee's given a throw. Now that looks a decent ball. Dembele gets into a good position. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Camavinga. So a temporary halt to the action. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Señoras y señores, queremos pedirles su apoyo para nuestra Fundación Solidaria Internacional. Hay un cambio en el campo de juego. Número 4. Entrará
So
al
we're
campo.
underway for the second half.
Número 13. Cambio.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Kyle Walker. Yamal gets a good foot in there. And here's Dembele. Fabian Ruiz clipped into space. Oh, well played. And it's been hooked away. Ribéry plays it short. He's on it. Can he get away? And now they can spring out of defence. Paris Saint-Germain come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Van Dijk. Kyle Walker. Yamal. Doué. That's been cut out, well played. Palmer. Now it's Haaland. Rodri. Oh, perfectly measured that. Messi! Oh, it's a stunning goal! Essien! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring.
Well, as options go, that was a superb choice. It's over and in. Job done.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
And it's Walker. Van Dijk.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. It's come to nothing. Now it's Dembele. Camavinga. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next sub. And Messi! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's got plenty of space out wide here, and he's straight offside. And reclaimed it in a trice. Oh, that's fabulous. That's a nicely weighted pass. Dembele has been caught there, it's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Well, this looks promising in terms of distance and angle.
Well, he has great set-piece prowess. I think you know what's coming, but stopping it, another matter.
Played backwards here. Dembele under intense pressure.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Palmer did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Nicely weighted ball. He's in plenty of space here, and he skips past his man. Palmer. Van Dijk. And it's Rudiger. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Half an hour gone in the second half. Threads one in. Now it's Yamal. He has found the way through. Oh, that's neat. Yamal's cross. Vitinha. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Número 11. Número
João
10.
Neves.
Messi.
Luis Vitinha.
Entran.
Fabián Ruiz.
Número 9.
And it's
Número
Ronaldinho.
7. Número 5.
It's a really well measured ball.
Realizar un cambio.
Now it's Yamal. Kyle Walker. And it's Van Dijk. Van Dijk.
There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
Back to the keeper it goes. Aimed beyond the defence. Chance! Oh, it's taken out. That'll be a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Paris Saint-Germain are down to 10 men. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Fabian Ruiz. Rudiger did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And no, that was never going to make it. And they're back on the ball again. Yamal receives it in a wide position. Knocks it into space. Walker made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Fernando Torres. Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Torres, can he get it through? He's being urged to shoot. He's dealt with that really well. Upamecano. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, here is a defeat that may hit them hard, and you can sense that all around us. Things going pretty awry, and the outcome in the end. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, this, of course, a venue that needs no introduction. To many around the world, simply the home of football. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kick-off. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. There's nothing more frightening for a defender when he's running.
Bellingham going forward, looking for the run. Hakimi promptly onto that, and that is that. Fabian Ruiz, and it's Neves. Pass is just off target. João Neves is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And it's Figo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Neymar.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And they've got a throw. Oh, that's neat. No goals as yet. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Fabian Ruiz. And it's Neymar. He's got away. Figo. It's Figo! And again! Goal! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, you might think I'm being a bit harsh, Peter, but I just can't help the feeling that the keeper should have done a better job. Full stop.
22 minutes is number 21.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Now it's Hazard. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Hernandez is the guilty party there. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, he stayed down and is in very obvious discomfort here. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. And here's Mbappe. It's a really well-measured ball. Vifa. That's going across goal. That has been knocked clear. It's a searching pass. Silvestre is one whose deliveries we all know about. Strong running down that left flank. Oh, well played. Doué. João Neves. Dembele. Approaching the half-hour mark. Nicely weighted ball. Dembele finds himself offside. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book. shaping up to have a crack from here. So, a genuine chance to increase the lead. Neymar! Brilliant save from Donnarumma!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Fabian Ruiz did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Silvestre.
Paris Saint-Germain truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Lee Kang-in conjures time and space where few can. That has been slung wide. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Silvestre. Xavi Alonso. He's going to be disappointed with that. Fabian Ruiz. And here's Dembele. Vitinha. And Hakimi. Figo. Caresses it through. Ah, that's a fine interception. Xavi Alonso. And this is Dembele.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Silvestre. Neymar. Aims beyond the defence. Dembele! And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. So, your views on the first half?
Paris Saint-Germain are very much up against it, and that's given the manager a real headache as to how to get his players to regain focus during half-time. He's going to have to get amongst the players and really lift them to produce something close to the best football if they're going to salvage this.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon.
Hello everybody, and a quick announcement now. We would like to ask you all to kindly stay seated during the match. Thank you for your cooperation.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain. Number 14, Vitinha. Coming on the field is
So we're on the way for the second half.
Paris Saint-Germain can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Couch. Figo. Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
That ball looks a good one. Well timed, excellent interception. Vifa. And it's Couch. Couch going like a man possessed at the moment. João Neves did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Nicely worked. Dembele has it out. What chance, surely! Well taken goal. They are right back in business.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
What's your opinion on that goal?
Yeah, I think it was going to take something very special if the keeper were to get down and claw that out. Shot a goal!
Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that is well cleared. Silvestre. And here's Neymar. And it's Figo.
Paris Saint-Germain have...
It's Alonso! Good strike, quite an alarm. Doué is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Paris Saint-Germain are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Looking here to chip it through. Bellingham. Sylvestre. Neymar has the space to scheme. That's tidy. And no, he's seen through all of that. Hakimi, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Played out towards the right wing. Hazard! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Little pass back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Chance for a shot! That's another chance! It's a goal! Into the lead once more! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, Peter, I know from experience there are players who always seem to know where the ball's going to end up. This isn't about luck at all, despite what people say. Just keep an eye on his movement.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
This is the perfect example of how to play with
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. Do hope it's nothing serious.
disappointing, very disappointing. He knew what he was doing, as deliberate and cynical as it comes.
Substitution for Paris Saint-Germain, number 6, Ribéry. Coming on to replace him is number 23, Sacha Boey.
Substitutions taking place.
Great chance here from position A1. And now as good a time as any to pull level. And we have our very first corner. Lee Kang-in with the short one. In towards the back stick. That's a decent clearance.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here. Miami surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Little doubt, that is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. Vifa. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Lee Kang-in. Fabian Ruiz. Now João Neves. Boey. Fabian Ruiz. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Fabian Ruiz. Lee Kang-in. Muscular approach does pay off here. The final 5 minutes. Oh, he's found support out wide. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
It's good running with the ball. And it's Figo. Oh, that's fabulous. He came in hard, very hard. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled.
Oh, what has happened here? He has found a way through. Goes down, but nothing given. And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. João Neves. Lee Kang-in. It's played through for him. And this is Dembele. It's Dembele! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Not much subtlety about that challenge. That's the end. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided.
And now,
Paris Saint-Germain
please turn
really
towards
did
the screen
suffer for their
a
lack of
special
numbers here.
presentation
Well,
featuring
they were
our
up
guest
against it,
performance
but
today.
these players can take heart from what was a worthy response. There was